UV light is probably the most demonized of the light spectrum of sunlight, and so that's probably where the most misconceptions lie. And so when it comes to UV light, there's a lot of specific biological implications with UV light exposure. Most people think about vitamin D synthesis in the skin from UVB light, but I really like to think about vitamin D as a biomarker of your sun exposure habits, because if we look at the literature around like the VITAL study, which was published a couple years ago, a very large vitamin D supplementation trial, showing that there's not actually positive health outcomes with vitamin D status in a whole host of diseases, despite vitamin D status being very tightly linked to things like autoimmune disease, cardiovascular disease, multiple cancer types. A standard doctor will tell you that like anything over 20 or 30 nanograms per milliliter is fine. But based on my research and understanding of the literature, that's completely suboptimal. If we're looking to be in the optimal range, we need to be shooting for at least above 50, ideally between 60 and 80 nanograms per milliliter. So that vitamin D status is a really good way to understand if, for you, you're getting enough sun exposure, in particular the UV light part of the spectrum.